Hello and welcome to Beyond the Bio, the recap. This week I am recapping on Monday's episode with Ash Jones, founder at Great Influence. Great Influence are a really interesting Manchester-based business working with brilliant entrepreneurs to help them tell their story and share their ideas to millions of people on social. Ash is someone that I've admired for quite a long time. I really like him and his team and all the cool stuff that they are doing with entrepreneurs. I think it's very forward-thinking and very impactful. I actually met one of Ash's team at the Great British Entrepreneur Awards last year, and then it led to conversations and hopefully some collaborations at some point this year. So it was a great opportunity to invite Ash onto the show to talk about all things personal branding. So if you haven't listened to this episode already, please go back and listen to the main episode on Monday so that this makes a little bit more sense, because this one is all about recapping and all about taking action. So what were we talking about on Monday? Oh my gosh, we were talking about so many different things. First of all, we were talking about the term personal branding, which I think we kind of came to the conclusion that neither of us particularly like, but it is a term that people understand, people know what it means, so it's kind of here to stay really. But it is quite interesting, I think, that neither Ash on his Great Influence website nor us on the Mojo website use that term. But like I say, it's something that we are all aware of. So we spoke about personal brand versus company brand, and we were talking about the importance of having a personal brand actually, and how it can spotlight your business brand. And Ash told us that actually the company pages on LinkedIn are on a bit of a decline. So another reason to focus on your own brand. We spoke about Stephen Bartlett, as if you could talk to Ash Jones and not have Stephen come up in conversation. It was really interesting to hear Ash kind of rewind a bit to some of the stuff that Stephen first did to kick off his personal brand, so around the vlogs and also around the speaking side of things, and how he didn't have any speaking education and it was a case of just doing it and getting out there and speaking and doing more and more and more of it. We also spoke about AI and how that is going to have even more of an influence in the space, and also some of the things that Ash thought were really, really important for personal branding in 2024. So loads to think about in that episode. And this week's taking action point is going to be all about consistency. So Ash spoke about how important it is to have an online profile that is very much the same as your offline profile. So people aren't going to get any surprises when they meet you in real life. But he also spoke a lot around consistency. And his advice was to start off with one platform and get really great at that before thinking about diluting your message too much across various different platforms. So my take action this week is going to be focusing all on where you're at with your social media and where you should be directing your energy. So first off, you need to identify which is the platform that is the best for you. Now, you might have a bit of a dilemma here, because there might be a platform that's best for you in terms of where your audience or where your contacts hang out versus where you personally like to hang out. And I'm going to leave you to make that choice as to which you think is the most important, because if it's to generate business, then it might be where people hang out that are most likely to do business with you. But actually, if you think you could be a lot more consistent on a platform that actually you just really enjoy and that has potential, then maybe you should choose that. So that decision is in your hands. Then what I would like you to do is to just think about how you're going to be consistent. So what does showing up on that platform look like for you? So is it on LinkedIn and you want to show up once a week but be really consistent with that, and you do your post every Wednesday or every Thursday or whatever it might be? And you're going to commit to that for the next few months. Or if it's one of the other platforms, you might have to do a bit more regular content, because I guess one post a week on TikTok or an Instagram story isn't going to cut it in the same way that one post would on LinkedIn. So there we have it. That is the action point for this week. Choose your platform, work out how you're going to get consistent, and crack on with it. As always, let me know how you get on, and I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for listening. See you next week.